What's up, Lashinistas? Welcome to the show. This is the LivBay podcast, where we talk about the ever-growing eyelash business. If this is your first time listening to our show, welcome. This podcast is dedicated to helping you grow as a lash artist and or lash business owner. So whether you work for yourself or someone else, this podcast is for you.
Hi guys, this is Mike and Shauna Jones. We are the owners of LivBay Lash. Our heart is to share with you our uphill battle in this lash industry and to show you what started out of a tiny bedroom in our house, extremely broke.
I think it's extremely drunk.
Yeah, has turned into an 8-figure company. We are here to encourage you during your lash journey and to give you guys a real raw version of what things really like.
Yes. In today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about the importance of learning how to make handmade fans.
Yes.
So a lot of people have been using pre-mades, and we're going to kind of drop a quick gem on you why it's a bad idea right now. Mm-hmm. But before we do that, we got some classes coming up. We're going to be in Scottsdale, February 22nd through 26th. Shauna and I are going to try and stop at that class. We're going out there to look at spaces for our new franchise location, as well as meet with our engineering team on our manufacturing stuff. So we're going to actually try and do a 3-for-1 and pop it in as wave the class as well. We also are going to be in Chicago March 1st, Columbus, Ohio stand up, March 8th, Philadelphia March 15th, Newark March 22nd, Buffalo, New York March 22nd.
I'm excited for that one.
Shauna may or may not go to that one.
I don't know.
It's
I gotta
get
close super wasted to get on that plane.
We'll be back in Vegas again March 29th, and then there's a bunch more coming up. You can check them out at livbayclasses.com. And then we also have some VR classes coming up as well. I don't actually have the dates on those, but I know they're coming up sometime in February 23rd? March 3rd. March 3rd. Thank you, Eric. March 3rd, those are coming up. We also have our online membership.
Yes, our online membership is $99 a month. What it contains is you get 2 free full-length tutorials per month. So we do different stuff like wispy sets and strip lash look. You get 1 live with Mike and I per month. You have access to Mike and I, so it doesn't matter what level you're on, whether you're a solo lash artist
or fielding a call yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, you call in and I just help you through whatever you're going through. And it's like you have like a one-on-one mentor. It's super cool. So you can cancel anytime. You get 1 free gift per month and then 20% off products.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we are open in Canada now. We are shipping from our Edmonton facility. Please make sure you guys are getting your orders in. LivBay Canada. We don't quite have all the products in yet, but we're slowly but surely stocking all of them. Look, no duty tax. It's going really well up there. We're really excited to be in that new country. And
yes.
Please make sure you go everything through livbaycanada.com.
Yes. Also, if you are looking to private label, we have OB manufacturing, so you can come and get your samples or your bulk orders. We're super excited for that. That's ob-manufacturing.com.
Yes. All right. So jumping into the episode. So right now there's a massive issue of shortage with pre-made fans. And so what's kind of cool, and we didn't know this before, we thought all pre-made fans were made with PBT thread, as well as the regular lashes. And then actually when we put it under a microscope and we melted it down and everything, it turned out that the pre-mades are actually made of a different type of fiber. And so this fiber is primarily coming out of Korea. So in layman's terms, in lash artist terms, this filament or this fiber is coming out of Korea. Right now their borders are shut down, so nobody can get the stuff to make the pre-made fans in China to ship them to you guys. Not us, not any other vendor out there on the planet. Every other major brand is having the exact same issue. Here's the even worse news. They're planning on keeping those borders shut down for the next year. So that means if you only use pre-made fans and don't know how to make a handmade fan, you better learn quick.
Yes. So if as a lash artist, and I see it all the time, they're like, hey, like all these companies are out of pre-made fans and that's why. And I don't think people really understand why, like we've had a ton of people have been like, I've been waiting for this to come out of stock. And also if you notice,
it's not because we're a-holes. We don't want to sell them to you.
Yeah.
We'd love to sell them to you.
Yeah. But another thing that people have been experiencing is, I don't know what China's trying to do, but vendors are trying to sell you, I don't even know what it is. They're somehow trying to make these pre-made fans. We've literally had to toss so many boxes of pre-made fans because the bases are chunky. So right now they know there's a shortage, but they're still trying to sell you this like garbage that's like literally, it's a replication of a cluster lash basically. So they're not being transparent with, who they retail them to, and they're trying to get you to buy this stuff and then you get it and it's like the worst quality ever. So now more than ever, you really want to like try and practice, take a volume or mega volume class and really take ours, especially like VR. Like you can do it like in your home. It's amazing. But, and I'm not just saying that like whatever, just to sell you our class, but like number one, it's going to make you a better artist. It's so amazing if you can just be versatile and you know how to use a pre-made fan, but you also know how to hand make a fan. I am not against pre-made fans. I know there's, conversations online about like, oh, it's cheating or it's, cheaper or you're just trying to, go through your sets faster, and that's great. But like, I believe in pre-made fans. I think they're amazing. At LivBay, we hand make our fans, and I feel like that kind of sets us apart a little bit because you're able to make your sets a lot more custom. And I feel like you can charge a little bit more with that too, because you're making them as you go. But people need to realize that, this is what we are told by our vendors, that Korea is not going to be opening up their borders. And I had to find a different distributor to get 200 additional more. Like that's how sparse they are right now. And like I said, we had boxes of shipments come in, and I couldn't put them on our shelves. Like I'm not going to sell shit. So
yeah, I even saw Lash Anarchist. She did a thing like live the other day. She was like, I got the last 1,000 pre-made fans for my distributor. They don't have my logo on it.
Yeah,
just had to get them here because it's going to come sparse. Here's the thing. So pre-made fans, like she said, the ones that are coming out of China right now, like the ones that are trying to kind of do themselves, it's basically a cluster lash, big, thick, bulky base. A true pre-made, it's the same size,
snatched
same diameter,
base.
Snatch base. The bases are pre-tapered, meaning they cut down so you don't have a chunky base. So if you get this long base, you have this thing where it tapers down so they can put a fan together, and it's not just like a bazooka going on a tiny little, natural lash. And so, that's gone right now. And what my wife is saying, you're gonna have to learn. It's a tool. It's a versatility option. It's going to teach you to be a better lash artist. You can even pro make or crystallize your own fans and have them in advance. If you feel like pre-mades help you lash faster, you can pro make your fans and have them waiting for you and keep them in a pill box or whatever. And then you've got them ready for the next client. And that's a good way to do it too. But it's good just to learn. The other thing I was going to say is a lot of lash franchises out there are using strictly pre-made fans. And I even know of, I'm not going to go into, it's a new technology coming out. I don't want to go into all the details on it. But I just know a lot of people are using it. They're using it. And what's happening is if you strictly only know how to use a pre-made fan, you're kind of handicapping yourself, just like these other lash franchises, because their lash artists only know how to place and they know how to make a handmade fan and customize a set for the actual, individual based on what their needs are. And so this is not just going to hurt, the local salon owners. This is going to hurt the lash artists that only know how to do classics and pre-mades. And so this is going to be a domino effect. And what's going to happen is if you're one of the lash artists out there who's really good about whipping out custom sets and custom handmade fans, you're going to crush it because the competition is now going to become very narrow, and it's going to open up a whole new market share for you.
Yeah. And I was going to say, the reason why people go to pre-made is because they don't know how to hand make their fans, or because they want to make more money. The name of the game is obviously to make money, but you can whip, people think that they can whip out a full set faster with pre-mades.
Whip it out.
But realistically, my lash artist, Dakota. And
I love trying to get my wife to cringe.
all of our lash artists at LivBay, like they've been lashing for so long, or some of them even a year. And I would put them up to someone who does pre-mades because they are so fast. So it doesn't necessarily mean that,
You're saying it's a misconception.
It can be a misconception. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like if I did give Dakota like pre-mades, I feel like she could probably whip out a full set in like 45 minutes because she's so fast. But I mean, there's just something that says like, hey, I can do a full set with pre-mades and I can also hand make my fans. It's just perfecting your craft that more and just adding more value to your service. And, people really appreciate that. And now I feel like clients are more familiarized with lash extensions. So sometimes like they'll lose a lash and sometimes they even know that it's like a pre-made. You know what I mean? And I've seen it in our lash groups, like people try and sneak in that are clients and they're like, hey guys, I'm a lash artist. This is a pre-made. So people kind of are starting to understand like what pre-made is, what a handmade is, but it's only going to, up your value of your service when you learn how to make these handmade fans.
It's a good point. Here's the other thing. It's, I don't want to call it cheating, but, there's a lot of other franchise lash places out there that, are in the same market as us. And we sell 5 to 1 what they sell just in gross revenues because of the customization of the sets. and I understand the concept of it's like a breakfast diner. You're trying to turn as many tables as you can.
Turn and burn.
As quickly as you can, making money, get food out, get tips, go, next table, bust the table, get it going. And I understand that philosophy, especially if you're, a franchise and you're just looking to make quick money. But what's going to happen is the market starts to turn, and let's just say we're wrong. Let's say this thing goes longer than a year. We don't know what the case. I don't know what's going on behind the borders of Korea. Nobody really knows what's going on. That thing, maybe the whole country gets vaccinated and the borders open up. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's just plan according to all of our sources and distributors. We've been told a year. So,
and that could be wrong. That could be wrong.
But
I don't know why they would say that though.
Time. So you have all this extra downtime right now that you could be practicing. You can literally get a sponge and start making pre-made or start making your own fans or making a handmade fan, placing on a sponge. We knew a girl that took our course. She would literally sit there in her arm hair and she would make a fan and lash her arm hairs. And so she would literally sit there and have a row of fans on her arm hair.
Yeah, it was so cool.
I didn't knock it. I was like, wow, that's kind of ingenious. She's like, I didn't have a sponge. I'm like, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
And now you've learned how to put it right at the base without messing it up.
Yeah. I think just another thing I want to say about going from classic to volume and mega volume is people always practice on the mannequin head. And when you do that with synthetic lash strips, you're not going to get the same effect as if you're lashing like a human hair, because lash strips are synthetic. They're plasticky. You don't prime them. They're not a natural hair. So adhering sometimes makes you feel like you aren't creating fans that you should be if you were placing them on a natural hair, if that makes sense. So I would definitely practice on a sponge or your arm hair or your husband.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You could practice my arm hair, not my lashes.
But I'm just saying, so.
Put on my back hair.
Yeah, or your butt hair.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, so these are just things that you can do.
You guys are welcome for the visual.
But I'm just saying there's all these things that you can do. But I think that if you don't know how to do handmade fans right now, you should probably just start practicing. I mean, it's not going to kill you just to start practicing with even a sponge. So that way, if this is true, because who knows, maybe, they're going to be out of stock on this stuff for another 6 months. But what's going to happen to you as a lash artist if you depend on those pre-made fans? That eventually is going to trickle down to hurting your wallet.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might not even be a COVID thing. It could just be a supply chain thing because it's a different type of filament than the regular PBT thread. PBT is just literally, it's a sheet of polyurethane that they extrude down to a 0.03, a 0.05, a 0.15 thing, like a thing of yarn. And then they literally, bake it, set the curl, and cut it and send it out to you. The stuff they use for pre-mades is a completely different makeup. And so that material and the raw might just be really hard to come by right now. Logistically, for the supply chains, just like everything else is in the world right now. The cost of building right now, materials have gone up. Everything's, kind of in limbo right now because of COVID. So it could just be a lot of things. So let's just assume, let's say absolute D-Day, worst case scenario. It's good to just learn to have that available because you will not be handicapped and going, sorry, I can't do your volume set. I don't have pre-made. Sorry, I can't. You're not going to be turning clients away anymore. Yeah.
And also long-term effect, if you're a lash artist and you're wanting to grow in this industry, and let's say you want to learn to train people, well, you're going to have to train them how to do mega and, handmade fans. You're not going to train them with pre-mades. I'd hope you wouldn't. So please don't do that. But it's only broadening your services, and you as a lash artist is just going to make you go that much further.
Yeah, and it makes you look like an expert too.
Yeah.
Like the foremost authority.
Yeah.
If someone was teaching me multiple techniques how to do something, I'd be like, wow, they're pretty seasoned. They know what they're talking about.
That's what I did with Mike.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Little Valentine's Day humor.
Right, whatever. Cool.
Anything else you want to chip in on that?
No, that was it.
Guys, listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, we give you guys this stuff. We're trying to help you guys. We're trying to educate you. We're not trying to be Debbie Downer. We're not trying to say, hey, this is why you need to make handmade fans. I'm just trying to help you guys. You don't want to learn. You're like, I don't like what he's saying. I'm not listening. I'll show him. Well, show me then. It's on you. I'm just trying to explain to you what's happening. And if you don't believe me, check the stock of all your favorite lash brands. And it's not just us. Every one of them all are going to have this issue. Literally domino effect. Everybody's fighting. I've talked to people. Talk to Jamie, Lash Base overseas. I've talked to other, it's the same issue for everybody. Everybody's coming from the same supply source. So it doesn't matter who's making that. If they can't get the material, nobody's making them. So
unless someone starts making in the US.
Yes.
Haha. All right. Thank you guys.
We can figure that part out. That'd be groovy. All right. Well, that's all we got for you guys today. As always, if we haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast.
Join the Lash Tea on Facebook, TEA.
TEA.
Follow OB Manufacturing.
Yes.
And we're going to be franchising soon. We're so excited.
We are going to be franchising soon. Very exciting stuff we're working on. And what's unique about our franchises is most franchises only give you one revenue stream. Like you can only make money on the services. Ours, we're going to include a retail store where you can actually sell the product, make money on retail and on lash product.
And you're just growing this amazing brand. It is financial. Obviously, like we're choosing things in our business that are financial, but things that we can still control by like a franchise manual to where it's not going to water the brand down. Also, we are on Amazon. I just want to put that out there. I know sometimes people have been having an issue with searching LivBay and LivBay glassware pulls up for whatever reason. So it's because we're new. So the search engine will eventually recognize LivBay, hopefully very soon. But keep in mind too, because everyone's like, oh, great. So everybody can buy LivBay. Oh, great. Okay. Well, first of all, many sites don't ask for like a license number. Number one, because you don't have to be licensed in every state. Also, there's a box that says, I certify I am a, licensed, or I'm a certified lash artist with LivBay. Certified Karen. You check that box, you purchase from LivBay. Anybody can realistically check that box.
It doesn't matter if it's on Amazon or
Bob in South Dakota, who's a trucker, he can check that box and get LivBay. So because we had 40,000 searches per month on Amazon for LivBay, it was a business decision to do that, and because we're still shipping from our warehouse. So you can get
stuff's not being stored in Amazon's warehouse.
Yeah, so you can get lash supplies on Amazon anyways if it's not LivBay. So don't act like we're breaking the law with that, please.
Yeah, and on the franchise side, where I was going with the
sorry, I cut you off.
That's okay. Where I was going with the two revenue streams, it'll give you guys a unique opportunity to where most franchises you can make that money on the services. Now it's twofold, and you can make double the income you would with any other typical lash franchise out there. So it's gonna be gangbusters. We're really excited to roll this out. Thank you guys. That's all we got. See you in the next episode.